Hi everyone, my name is Natalia Margulis and I am the instructor for this course. I thought I would go ahead and give a number of lectures that will parallel the readings in your textbook, The History of Modern Art, as a way of fleshing out important details from the text, which I find to be incredibly well written, but at the same time very dense. And also as a way of animating the text, because I don't know about you guys, but I always learn better when somebody kind of walks me through it. So I'm hoping these video lectures will become a helpful tool. So I'd like to begin with chapter 7, which in your book is a chapter on the history of Cubism and is a current chapter for this module. I was able to come by something really fascinating that is currently on the screen. This is an excerpt with an interview with Pablo Picasso conducted in 1923, and the interviewer is an American critic called Marius Desailles. What Desailles is doing here is he's kind of pushing Picasso to explain Cubism away and intellectualize the movement. But Picasso is resisting, so what he gives Desailles instead is something quite philosophical that is phrased almost in the form of a riddle. So he says, and I'm reading the first sentence here, "We all know that art is not truth. Art is a lie that makes us realize truth, at least the truth that is given us to understand." Well, what the hell does this mean? So it's easy to write it off as a kind of poetic language or a metaphor because Picasso is juggling these grand concepts, art with a capital A, the concept of truth, and he's calling art a lie. But I think something important is going on here as well, something that gets to the heart of the debate that's been raging since the Romantics, which is what is the subject of art if it's not imitation of reality the way it is out there in nature. So Picasso is calling art a lie, but I would like to offer an alternative word. Instead of a lie, I'm going to say art is a distortion. So it is a kind of a magic mirror, if you will, that makes us realize truth. In other words, this magic mirror is showing more, is showing the hidden qualities of external reality in nature. So it's a kind of a circular operation where art distorts external reality on the one hand, because it does, via this project of distortion, it is able to reveal hidden truths about this external reality. And this is done, of course, via artistic, perceptual, subjective, and expressive means, the way artists do. And in case of Cubism, it is done via the means of abstraction, of course. So I would like to go to the next slide now, which is Georges Braque's thoughts on the same subject. And they're kind of in a format of a point by point, almost like a manifesto. So let's go to number 5, where he says, "The subject is not the object." So the way I understand it is he's saying the subject or nature, right, the world of natural form or imitating it, is not the object of art. It is the new unity. And again, the word unity, another way to say it is synthesis, right? To synthesize. And this word has been popping up over and over again in your textbook. And then he proceeds to say, "The lyricism which stems entirely from the means employed." And to call something lyrical is to also call it poetic or expressive, right? So again, the process of synthesis, the process of synthesism is a process that springs into being via expressive and poetic means, via subjective means. And in case of Picasso and Braque's means, it is the means of abstraction or simplifying the form, cataloging the form, if you will, and by doing so, showing more, and again revealing these hidden truths about external reality. At least this is my reading and interpretation, and I would love to hear what you guys think on the subject.